سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح.
My beloved brothers and sisters, the first advice to myself and yourselves is that of the consciousness of Allah. Anittaqullah. To develop taqwa, to develop a relationship with Allah, we are going to return to Allah. We must develop a better relationship with Allah as the days pass. Thereafter, my brothers and sisters, for the last 7 decades, our brothers in Palestine have been suffering aggression. They have been driven out of their homes and their land. They have been killed in the tens of thousands over the decades. Millions of them were forced to leave their homes. This is not something new. This has been happening for more than 7 decades. The people from across the globe, the Zionists who wanted to create a state for themselves, lied to their people that a people without a state or without a land shall be given a land without a people. Yet, it was not a land without the people or without people. There were people there, but these people do not consider the rest of mankind as people. You will hear their religious men say that they are the only ones who are actually human. The rest were supposed to be dogs and cats and animals, but God did them a favor by making them in the shape of humans so that they can serve them. And these are their teachings, not ours. So they were driven by this falsehood that was fed to them by their leaders, that you shall go to a land without a people. In the meantime, the Palestinians were killed. In fact, initially they were deceived into believing that the people who have come here are looking for refuge. So they actually welcomed them initially as good Muslims. You and I know that we are taught when there is a good Muslim, anyone who is in need, we should reach out to them. We should pray for them. We should help them. We should give them food and drink no matter who they are. Unfortunately, these people came with deception. The idea was to usurp the land. That land belonged to the Palestinians. And who were the Palestinians? They are people predominantly Muslim, but they had amongst them those Christians and Jewish who were actually Palestinian. And the reason why the bulk of them were Muslim is because over the centuries they became Muslim. A lot of them who have actually done DNA tests have discovered that they have the blood of the original Middle Eastern Jewish people who were in that place. And therefore they became Muslim. The Zionist was not interested in what your roots were. Coming from different parts of Europe and Ukraine and wherever else they came from, America and so on, they were only interested in taking that land for purposes that were actually to usurp the resources that they discovered under the feet of those and to create a base for themselves in the Middle Eastern region and so on. They were never religious reasons in the true sense, but they used religion to manipulate and con their own people. And this is why to this day they say we have a divine right to this land. You and I know we are Muslims. Do you have a divine right to Mecca and Medina just to go there, usurp it by virtue of you being Muslim because our Prophet was in Mecca and Medina? And by the way, we follow Jesus, may peace be upon him, and so do the Christians. Do we have the right to go and claim Bethlehem where he was born? Similarly, we follow Ibrahim alayhi salam. Do we have the right by virtue of us belonging to a faith to just go and claim the land where our leader was? Today there are so many other religions. Each one believes they are following the truth. they have their leaders. Do you think that it is okay for anyone who's following a faith to say that wherever my leader is or was, suddenly the land is mine, whoever else is there, I can take it away, I can kill them, usurp the land, drive them out, do whatever I have to. My brothers and sisters, the aggression must stop. The aggression must stop. May Allah Almighty grant them victory, the Palestinians. May the land be returned to the rightful owners like it was in South Africa, in Nigeria and everywhere else. When the colonialist came, usurped the land. You and I know they killed people, they drove people out of their homes, they claimed land that was not theirs. The wars in some cases lasted hundreds of years. But because it was a war of justice, Allah granted victory and independence to the people, even if it came after 300 years in some cases. May Allah Almighty grant us an understanding. So don't be fooled. Don't let anyone tell you, no, this land belonged to those people. They are not Middle Eastern. You can actually look at them and you can tell. And this is the reason why I've said it in the past and I'm repeating it now, that it is prohibited for an Israeli to actually have a DNA test in Israel. A DNA test, an ancestral DNA test to discover who your ancestors were. And those who did it outside of Israel, they found that they were not connected to that place in any way, shape or form. And this is a fact. There were people who argued with me the last time I said it, and they went back to check it, and it is true. May Allah Almighty protect us. You would only need to do that if you know you have lied and you have based the entire conquering of this whole region and a whole people